This is just a video summarising and reflecting on my internship as a whole. So, in general, I'd consider my internship a major success because I enjoyed almost everything I did. The only thing I didn't really enjoy was the presenting to college students, but that's just down to nerves and being nervous before going in. But other than that, I loved everything I did. Like in the Klaverblad, I really enjoyed being in the class for years 4 and 5. The teacher for the class, as it happens, was also the principal of the school, Angeline, and she was very direct. Like, if you weren't pulling your weight, she would call you on it. Like, no doubt. So, I really enjoyed being in there because she asked me what I wanted to do early on, and it was just like, I had to tell her that I wasn't 100% sure at this time because I wasn't sure what level the gifted children would actually be at, because they're all 6 and 7, so I didn't know where they'd be. So I could see her getting somewhat fed up after about 2 weeks of me observing, even though I'd only been in there 3 times. I could see her just thinking, why is he here? But by that stage I'd felt comfortable in the classroom and knew kind of the way it worked. So I told her I'd gladly take over the celebrations around the world module that she'd received from deep level learning, and she was all for it. I was very, very excited to see it. So fast forward to after Christmas, I did that, and she ended up actually making me blush because I led the class firstly on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and then on Xingjiao, or Chinese New Year, and then on Paddy's Day. But it was after the Chinese New Year presentation and leading the class, giving them all their all their tasks to do for the class and their research. After the class, I asked her what could I do to improve for next week, and she said she told me I had weird tendencies and my positioning up at the front of the class was off, and wanted to know whether or not I was ever taught it. And then I told her that I didn't actually study teaching and that I'd never been taught how to teach a class, and she was taken aback and started complimenting me a lot on it, which ended up making me blush, and I took that very to heart, because in general she comes across as slightly cold, but and critical, but she's a nice woman. But just to hear that from her definitely helped me out a lot. And then in the ARC, that's where I was majority of the time, and I just really enjoyed everything I did there. Whether it was the English lessons I'd give on Tuesday in the form of Stop the Bus, or another one I did was 20 questions put through English. I wanted to make sure the kids enjoyed their time there, and they did. And then I did my celebrations around the world lessons there as well, because I wanted to compare for myself to see the difference between a highly gifted 7-year-old and, to say, a regular 9 to 12-year-old, to see where they were at. And yeah, from that I just really enjoyed getting the difference in views, because although the highly gifted children would be more intelligent, the children in the ARC, they'd be still more mature purely by being older. And that's something that initially went over my head. But the biggest compliment I think I got when I was in the ARC was one child who, Yura. He was one of the better ones at English, but he's the one I noticed improved the most consistently, because he always wanted to talk to me, always wanted to come up. And on my last day, he brought his mum into school, and she came up to me and started thanking me, which really took me aback. I wasn't expecting it. and it definitely made me feel better about everything I did. I just really enjoyed hearing that. And then, so yeah, that was what I enjoyed about the arc, and I think in general it was a success because I noticed a lot of the kids just improved their English. The last thing I did in the arc was I took a bunch of the kids to their music class, and then when I was walking back, I was talking to one of the kids, and the child I was talking to and having a full conversation with couldn't talk to me at the start. And I said it to her, and she kind of stepped back and said, "No, no, no, my English is bad." I was like, "No, it's not, and you completely understand what I'm saying." And she's like, "My English is bad." I was like, "No, no, no, it was bad. It is good now." And that's something that made me happy, to be honest. And that's why I think my internship went very, very well.